Michael Wolff's 2021 book, Landslide, is the ostensible conclusion to Wolff's anti-Trump trilogy, which also includes 2017's Fire and Fury and 2019's Siege. Despite Wolff's claim, this isn't the last masochistic Trump book Wolff will offer us. Fire and Fury sold millions of copies and increased Wolff's net worth by several millions. Siege flopped in comparison to its predecessor, but still constitutes a bonanza in comparison to Wolff's unnoticed Rupert Murdoch biography from 2010. We won't see the last Michael Wolff Trump book until the Trump commentary cash cow is depleted at some unknowable point in the future. As I said, reading Wolff's books is a masochistic endeavor. Wolff's books combine a regurgitation of the exhausting corporate 24/7 news cycle with worthless gossip and tabloid anecdotes. Wolff depicts a Trump administration rife with dysfunction and chaos and then abandons his readers to figure out the solutions themselves. Solutions are worth more than passive, fly-on-the-wall commentary. Michael Wolff has no solutions but bountiful amounts of irrelevant and tedious anecdotes about Trump and his staffers' personal lives. Consider the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the National Academy of Sciences, Medicare for All would have saved hundreds of thousands of lives and more than $100 billion in healthcare costs during the pandemic. In 2018, Trump supported Medicare for All, but his distractibility and inattention to detail led him to hand healthcare negotiations over to Paul Ryan and his armies of corporate lobbyists. Wolff neglects to discuss how increased public investment in healthcare would help mitigate the effects of a future pandemic. Instead, Wolff prefers to talk about Rudy Giuliani's alleged chronic flatulence. What would the people do without dignified guardians of knowledge and truth like Michael Wolff? Wolff follows the journalistic tradition of Bob Woodward, who supposedly lets the story tell itself. But stories don't tell themselves. Stories are told by so-called journalists, a class Wolff considers himself a member of. I question the morality and usefulness of any journalist who sits on the sidelines and describes gross immorality while refusing to offer any solutions. To Wolff's credit, his sources in Landslide are more reliable than they were in its predecessor, Siege. In Siege, Wolff was relegated to Bannonite sources since nobody in the West Wing would talk to the man who wrote Fire and Fury. In Landslide, however, Wolff has access all the way up to the president himself, with a transcript of Wolff's interview of Trump in the epilogue of the book. Trump's surprising decision to let Wolff back in the White House belies Trump's claim that Wolff lied about the contents found in Fire and Fury. If Wolff is supposedly fake news, why did Trump let him into the West Wing? Either way, Trump is obviously a foolish clown prince. I only wish Wolff provided solutions for those who already know that. I give this book 3 stars out of 5.